I prayed and asked Mom to help me, because I can't speak for her. I can only imagine. Did she really love me? My mother, Esther Miller, the oldest of 8, was born on March 23, 1914, in Peshabytown, Michigan, on our Ottawa homeland, to Archie and Susan Miller. During the 1900s, our people were in survival mode from poverty and historical trauma. Grandpa became a mean drunk, so Grandma told him to leave the family. This meant Grandma had to make ends meet to take care of her children. In previous years, the government just came in and scooped up our kids. In later years, the boarding schools promised Indian parents that their children would be cared for, fed, and educated. It sounded like a good thing at first, so Grandma sent her children to Mount Pleasant. She put my mom, at the age of 7, and her younger brother and another girl from our village on a train to the boarding school. Mom told me, "We stopped in Cadillac for our rest stop, and we missed the train. A white lady found us then. She fed us and let us sleep at her house. She brought us back to the train station the next day." She just laughed as she told me that story. She made me think of my own children and grandchildren. How would I feel if my children had to go to a government-run boarding school? And how would my children feel being separated from me? Mom also said I had to wear a uniform and learn how to march. They cut my hair and told me not to speak my language. Mom never forgot her language because she whispered to the other children in secret. Boarding school was both good and bad for Mom. She remembers making friends and loved learning. Unfortunately, when she was 12, she got a sore on her knee and it turned into gangrene. She was sent to Ann Arbor, where the doctors cut off part of her leg. After graduating from Mount Pleasant in the 8th grade, she went to high school in Flandreau, South Dakota, then to Haskell, Kansas, where she learned secretarial skills. Afterwards, she got a good job as an excellent typist and stenographer. In the 30s and 40s, Mom rented a room from her friends, Charles Gould and his wife Madeline. I think this is when Mom started drinking. I was born on March 30th, 1943, in Detroit. Charles was my biological father. When I was a young girl, Mom told me, "I was going to give you up for adoption, but when I saw you and held you, I knew I couldn't." I was supposed to be adopted by my Uncle Leonard and Auntie Eleanor, but instead, Mom took me to live with Grandma in Peshabytown. I had 3 aunties and 4 uncles who helped Grandma raise me. They told me who my mom was, but I don't remember her ever visiting. I never had a daddy. Grandma was my mama. In 1949, when I was about 6, my mom got married and she told me, "It's time to come to live with us. We're family now." I was so confused. Mom always seemed to be angry about something, and she was not very affectionate toward me. I felt really sad. I didn't understand the boarding schools didn't teach my mother how to parent or how to express love. In fact, they did the opposite. My teen years were difficult because Mom and Dad became alcoholics. I left home when I graduated, and in 1962 I enlisted in the Air Force. A year later, I learned that she had stopped drinking because the doctor told her, "If you don't stop drinking, you're going to die." They both stayed sober from then on. I, too, found sobriety. I maintained my relationship with my mom even during the time I lived in California. Gradually I started to understand her, especially after she told me she had been molested as a young girl like I was. No wonder she was so angry. I finally connected with my mother. She did love me. Mom was involved with so many things. Through church, she went to Rome and met Pope Paul VI. She attended Northern Michigan Ottawa Association meetings. She helped to form Leelanau Indians during a critical time when our tribe became federally recognized. She wrote a weekly article in the Leelanau Enterprise newspaper about Pishabitown. Plus, she made baskets and quill boxes for Junia. The last time I saw her, she was walking arm in arm with Dad at a community gathering. Within minutes after they left, she died in a car accident on October the 7th, 1996. To this day, I regret not giving her a hug when I saw her leave. At first, I was overwhelmed with shock and enormous grief. Gradually, I came to believe that God was merciful and good, because He spared her from having to witness Dad going to court hearings and prison for molesting a little girl. That's when I learned he was abused and beaten for running away from boarding school. In spite of boarding school and other trauma my mom experienced in her life, she was a strong and resilient mother. She was a good grandmother and great-grandmother. All her life, she helped others and had the courage to make positive changes in our community. Coming home from boarding school was like when someone comes home from the service. They don't talk about it. We are starting to tell our stories, and when we do, we also start to heal. Wabmishika kwadishnakas, wabshishido dem, Pishabitown donjaba. Chimigwech, mama.
Miigwech, kajemne do. Miigwech, kajemne do. Way-ah, hey-ah, hey-ah, ho. Way-ah, hey-ah, hey-ah, ho. Miigwech, skakamekwe. Miigwech, skakamekwe. Way-ah, hey-ah, hey-ah, ho. Way-ah, hey-ah, hey-ah, ho. Miigwech, mishomus. Miigwech, mishomus. Way-ah, hey-ah, hey-ah, ho. Way-ah, hey-ah, hey-ah, ho. Miigwech, nokomus. Miigwech, nokomus. Way-ah, hey-ah, hey-ah, ho. Way-ah, hey-ah, hey-ah.